Hey, good evening, everyone. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. It is Tuesday night. It is time for the Roundtable, and all four of us, we're free to be here this week, which is fantastic. I'm happy to be back myself. I know you're probably like, who's that funny guy in the corner? Well, I'm Nick Rosario, and I'm back. Happy to be here with my cohorts on this lovely cold Tuesday in Chicago. Anthony, I don't know how it's like there in Oklahoma, but we got, below freezing temperatures here, so we're all trying to stay warm. How about yourself? How you doing, Mr. Handy, this fine Tuesday?
Well, funny you should mention freezing. It was 23 degrees this morning on my way in. I don't think it got above 32. And to cap it all off, this coming weekend we are expecting snow and ice.
Oh,
Temperatures are not expected to get above 6 degrees until temperatures supposed to start dropping on Friday, and they're not expected to get above 6 degrees until next Friday.
No, sounds similar, I think, to what we're getting as well. That must be that Midwest thing where
it's
it'll come to us.
Yeah, right. It's definitely it's coming. But I tried to look at a forecast, but you can never predict the weather here. So but they're expecting cold as always. It's January in Chicago. What you gonna do? These things happen. But other than that, how are you doing, sir? How was your day? How was your week? How was your year? We're 20 days into the new year. So how's it going?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my answer. That's my answer. I don't know. I get up, I go do things, I come home, I eat, I take a shower, I go to bed. That's my life these days. So, but other than that, I am very happy to be here.
There we go. Now we can officially start. Delilah, how about yourself? How are you doing so far? We're 20 years, again, 20 years, 20 days in.
Wow. It does feel like 20 days.
20 years.
Maybe it has, right. 20 days, maybe it's felt like 20 years. I don't know, but how are you, Delilah? How's it going?
No, I'm good. I'm glad that the four of us are actually on tonight.
Yeah.
I don't mind going out with Tina and Handy, obviously, whenever, but it's cool having the four of us. So I'm here excited to talk about some football and see what other what foolery we get into tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure there'll be plenty. There's a lot to talk about, and I know we all have opinions on everything. So this is going to be fun. I was very looking forward to this evening. Talk some football. Tina, how are you doing? How's it going for you over there?
It's cold, so I didn't like going into work today.
Yeah, for real, right?
Like, if I don't have, and it's supposed to be like -7 or 9 or something like that on Friday, I ain't going to work on Friday either. I'll work.
Good for you. Glad you have that option.
Saturday was a roller coaster of emotions, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, sure. I'm sure it was. I'm interested to hear your almost home stories because I'm sure that was an interesting dynamic being in the bar with everybody watching that game. So yeah, I can imagine.
You guys have ever been in that bar?
Yes, I have.
It was standing room only.
I believe that. I'm sure there was plenty of you guys there for sure for that one. Which I'm sure there'll be plenty of you guys there this weekend for the next one. So
I'm planning on being there like 3 hours ahead. I think there might be a line for the door when it opens because there were some people that came like an hour and a half before, and they're like, "What do you mean I can't get a table?"
Like, yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? But thank you, Ben, for chiming in. We're glad that you are watching, and of course, right. We do want to congratulate the Indiana Hoosiers on winning the national title last night. I mean, the state of Indiana, or just Indiana University itself has never been a football powerhouse. They've pretty much perpetually sucked for the last however years they've been in existence. And they made the playoff last year. Go ahead, Andy.
Let me interject. This is a matter of record. They've had the absolute worst record in all of college football since the program was in existence until last season.
Well, there you go. So say right. They make a playoff one year, and the next year they win the whole darn thing. But there you go. So again, congratulate to Coach Cignetti, obviously Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner. Probably going to get drafted by the Raiders, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, because I heard Tom Brady was in attendance last night at the game, so I'm sure he was scouting. Well, you're going to find out, Ben, because the season starts in about 7 months. So there we go. But anyway,
question: How do you kick people? How do you kick people out of the comment section?
Well, we're gonna. I'm sure you can find a way there, Mr. Handy. I'm sure we can figure that out. But again, thank you all for tuning in. It is Tuesday night. It's time to talk some football. And as always, we start off every game with a coin toss. Get it on. And thank you, Ben, for that perfect segue into what we're going to talk about here in the coin toss. Because we're going to talk about fired coaches. Because my goodness, has the NFL lit it on fire this year with so far ever. 10 coaches have been let go. So let's go down the list really quickly here, shall we? Brian Callahan of the Titans, gone. Brian Daboll, who was actually gone after week 6, he's done. Raheem Morris, Anthony's favorite coach ever, he's out of there. Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals, see ya. Kevin Stefanski from the Browns, gone, probably because he didn't start Shedeur earlier. Pete Carroll, man, that was a terrible year for the Raiders. I don't know what happened there. John Harbaugh for the Ravens, well, we can debate that for a little while. Mike Tomlin from the Steelers, who apparently left on his own. A lot of people have questions about that, but he's out at Pittsburgh. Mike McDaniel for the Dolphins, and Sean McDermott for the Bills. So, yeah, 10 coaching vacancies. Now, a couple have been filled. We'll get into that in a minute. But I want to start with you, Handy, because you actually have a new coach. I know
fire Kevin Stefanski.
Okay, well, you just start that already. You just got the man. You're not even going to give him a chance, are you? You just got Kevin. And all right, so all right. Well, go ahead. You've already started. So your feelings on Kevin Stefanski. Here we go.
I don't know how I feel about having a quarterback, about having a coach,
right,
who doesn't want to try. At this point, your season's shite. Throw it out the window. What does it hurt to put in your 4-string, 5th-string, I don't even know what the hell string Shedeur was on, and see what he can do? He waits until the season is absolutely completely out of reach before he puts him in. And then come to find out, oh, crap, he's actually pretty good, and we could have maybe been doing better than we were. Now, he's coming to a franchise which is absolutely positively dysfunctional. I mean, we are a long way removed. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that we are a long way removed from the Falcons team that ran through the entire NFC and route to Super Bowl 51 before losing in overtime to Tom Brady and the Patriots. We can agree to that. We all in agreement?
Sure.
Touch and agree.
Sure.
Yeah, yes, we're touching and agreeing. Okay. This guy is inheriting a franchise that is full of talent, but is dysfunctional as hell from the top down. And I just don't see. I mean, honestly, I see him getting rid of Penix. And trying to push Cousins. And because money, he's tied to that big deal, right? Instead of trying to figure out a way to, you know what I mean, get with Matt Ryan and maybe figuring out a way to get out of that ridiculous deal. Well, not get out of the deal, but figure out some kind of way to. I don't know. I don't like the vibe the guy puts off. You feel me? And Atlanta is already at a point where they need help, and right. He did. And we see how much help he gave Cleveland. Yeah. So,
well,
at this point, I'd rather
he turned that team around. They were in the bottom of the barrel when he became their head coach.
I got that. That part I got.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying. Like, I think he can do something with the Falcons. It's just. And, I don't know. I think there's more going on.
Yeah, exactly.
The head coach not putting Shedeur in because he doesn't want to. That came from above him.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, it's still a wait and see for me, but I just don't get a warm and fuzzy off this guy.
He's not a warm and fuzzy guy.
No, he never appeared that way, did he?
No, he's not one of those lovable guys, lovable coaches that everybody likes. I mean, the reason why they liked him initially was because he turned like a 12, like a 5-12 team into a 9-8. And he started making changes and the team got behind him. I think he can do it. Can he take someone to the Super Bowl or get into the playoffs? That's a little, I don't know about that.
Well, I guess we're going to find out. We're going to see what happens.
At this point, that means that. Go ahead.
Your rivalry heated up because I saw Baker Mayfield's looking forward to playing him twice a year.
Well, I'm sure he is.
Now the Bucs are going to beat the dog crap out of us twice a year, like they don't already.
Some some fan tweeted something about like the chain reaction and kind of
Sure.
whatever. And Baker Mayfield's like, oh well, that he got shipped out like a piece of garbage. So
Right.
he looks
there's some blood. There's some love lost.
Oh no.
And that it came out in that tweet.
I haven't seen schedules, but I kind of hope Cleveland plays Atlanta next year so we can see some of that. I think that'd be hilarious. But so
it'll add to the whole Falcons and Tampa.
All I'm saying is if Stefanski comes in. If Stefanski comes in and the way that the fans are feeling about the Falcons organization right now, if Stefanski does not come in, I'm not saying they got to go to a Super Bowl this season, next season, but there's got to be some movement towards the positive.
Absolutely.
Because I mean,
I agree.
the fans, it's gotten to the point where fans in Atlanta are barely going to the games.
Yeah,
and that's saying something because those folks in Atlanta love them Falcons.
Yeah, they do,
100%.
Of
course,
and that's great.
They should. That's their home team. They should.
Right? But you would hope so, but
I feel like if he got, I don't know. It depends on the contract he gets. Like if he gets a similar contract to like Ben Johnson, where he came in saying like, "Let me do football, you guys, do what you're gonna do up there." So like if he can get like a similar contract where he's given a little bit more saying how to build the team up, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll see some changes for your boys. I know I was laughing when I saw that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does for your team.
Delilah, while we got you there, I'm going to talk to you about. Were you and how surprised were you at the fact that the Ravens let John Harbaugh go after this season? After obviously missing the playoffs. No, not at all. What did you think of that whole thing?
No, we talked about this on here. This happened.
Yeah.
This has happened before where coaches have gone to the Super Bowl, have won stuff for you. I'm not, but then there's like, that's it. Then you keep going into playoffs, but for some reason you just cannot get past that hurdle to get back there again. And he's been trying for years. And sometimes you just need new perspective. You know what I mean? Just like a new perspective, new plays. And so I'm interested to see who takes that job because that's going to be tough. We know that's a tough division, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see who they hire. I think they're going to take a little bit more time. Yeah. Supposedly he's staying retired, quotation.
Right. No, I know, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they're gonna make a decision right away. I mean, we know there's a lot of coaches out there because they know that they got to find the right person to kind of fit that system that the guys will connect to, right? And so I think they're gonna take a little bit more time in making a choice. But no, I'm not surprised about him.
Did you see the report today by chance that I don't know how founded or unfounded this is. About them talking to the Raiders about possibly trading Lamar to the Raiders. Did you read that today?
No, and that would be like, why? If you do that, like you might as well.
Because they need a quarterback.
No, I know, but that's like, why would you do that to Lamar? It's my
why would you do that to Lamar?
Yes, you all know, like I love ripping on the Raiders as much as I can.
Right, we know.
However,
we know.
He does. Lamar would go there. He's still got Max Crosby. That defense is actually not bad.
But
He's
Max
got Brock Bowers. He's got some wide receivers there. So if they could get Lamar to come over, then they could probably also bring some free agents. So I
guess
I'm not saying I see it happen. I'm just saying, like, I think Tom Brady could talk the talk. And
that's my thing. So, he's Mr. X Factor to me. Like he could talk,
Okay.
You know what? Limited partner.
I know.
Limited.
Do you know who Tom Brady reminds me of? Tom Brady reminds me of Michael Jordan. Do you remember when? And we all know. Do you remember when everybody thought Michael Jordan could come in and just because he's like a Hall of Famer, one of the GOATs, that he could own a basketball team and and just all of a sudden we're like, and we saw what happened with the Bobcats that are now the Hornets again.
In this case, Tom is actually only a 10% owner.
No, I know, but
he really is not involved in the administrative.
No,
but also because
people think the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
Mark Davis is an idiot.
Yeah,
he looks like a bad character Halloween costume of the guy from the Amish guy from. Oh God, what's the movie?
The Amish guy.
Like,
that's funny.
I don't know.
horrible.
I guess we'll see.
Al Davis is rolling in his grave with what his son has done with this team. However,
That I agree
Al
with. I
Davis
agree
is
with
rolling
that.
in his grave at his son's haircut.
well,
Probably.
I wasn't well. The only thing that's stopping Al Davis from rolling over in his grave is looking at his son's fiance. Because let me tell you, she's hot.
All righty, then. Here we go. All right.
No,
Take
this
it in-
is how they got together.
No,
Anyway,
sure.
but I mean, Tom and Mark own two other sports franchises. They own
Yeah.
a women's basketball team, and I forget
Yeah.
what the other thing that they own. So, I mean, Tom just doesn't have all the money to be able to fully buy in. So he's part of the limited partnership. He will
Yeah.
own this. He will own one of them. And
Oh yeah.
honestly, I think he's smart enough to be able to figure it out. And I'm also someone that loves to rip on TFB all the time. I can't say his name right now because I get told that I swear too much on this show.
Oh,
That's true.
sure.
Man. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know,
that's
But
true.
it's part of your allure.
You know,
we have
man.
viewers that tune in just to hear you swear.
But I actually agree with that. I think that would be a great, like, you're right, because they really do, especially because, you know, they were in California and now they're in Vegas.
True.
Because they really
not a
do
bad point.
have
Yeah.
a ginormous Hispanic fan.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point about in
It's very
Vegas,
true.
not so much is all I have to say.
I mean, we're there. We just don't live in the strip. There's a lot.
Yeah, right.
In
I know.
Ben's gonna become a Raiders fan.
Let me tell you, it was pretty white bread when I was there.
Again, like I said,
No, I hear you.
depending where you go, but
Right, depends where you go.
That has like just based on the census, there is a giant Latino
Yeah.
population.
Well, that's
So-
the thing is a lot of people don't realize the AFC West has a very large Latino fan base. Almost all of them have
Yeah.
a big Latino fan base.
Well, you
so.
got, a couple
We're
of
in
L.
these- Too bad
We're in a
Miami.
few of those little states that used to
Yeah.
be part
Yeah,
of the Mexican.
unless
Right.
he goes to Miami with his Cuban heritage.
No, not Miami. No, not
Yeah.
Miami. But well, Tina, let's go
but
to you next.
That
go
whole
ahead.
state, because he's
Yeah.
Cuban and he's from there, would be.
No, I
like-
get it. I know that's his hometown, right?
Anyway, but let's go.
He wanted his hometown, right? He won a national title, his hometown. It's great. Tina,
Anyway.
Sean McDermott in Buffalo. How surprised were you with that one?
It wasn't. They
Okay.
were calling for him to be fired last year when they didn't make it in.
They were.
And the year before that when they didn't make the AFC. And the year before that and the year
They
before that.
sure were.
Okay,
I mean,
go ahead. Yeah,
and this was a team that all the stars were aligned until
were they though? Go ahead. I'm just.
according to every pundit out there prior to the game on Saturday, Buffalo Bills were star-crossed to make it into the AFC Championship
Right.
game. And that my lowly little Broncos, who were 12-4, were, or sorry, 12-5, were the worst number one seed ever.
I know. No, but the reason I asked that, and this is why I wanted to, you're at, you're in the, you watch the AFC a lot more. No, but see, that's my thing. Like, and it kind of goes with now all of a sudden Bean is promoted to the GM of this team. Like, what have you done to help this team, my friend? Like, I get
nothing.
If it wasn't
whatsoever.
right, if it wasn't for Josh Allen literally willing you guys through the 2 playoff games that he played in, you guys would have looked even worse. So that's why I thought it was hilarious. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Stars, this is it." There's no Burrow, there's no Mahomes. What team did this guy have? Yeah, I know. I know he had a bit of a running game throughout the season. I get that, but
James Cook was the offense.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Pretty much.
You had no. I mean, you had. You didn't have anybody of real like. And you kept saying, "Oh yeah, this is better than." And that's my point. Is like. He deserved better. So I get firing the coach because that's what you do. You're not going to fire Josh Allen. And he doesn't deserve to be let go. Let's be honest. We know that.
Oh my God. I'd be like, what are you doing?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that it's not, you're not going to get rid of Josh Allen because you keep losing.
Yeah.
But the fact is, now that you've made Bean the GM, what are you going to do to help this guy, my friend? Because otherwise, this is going to happen every year until Josh Allen retires, being Phillip Rivers or whoever else, Dan Marino, a great quarterback who's never won a Super Bowl.
Or he
like,
does
that's what's going to happen.
Or he does like Matthew Stafford and be like, I'm out.
I'm sure he could
Well,
do
he's
that.
still under contract right now. So
now,
they
where he's
No, I
still
know,
got,
but
what,
I
a
mean,
couple-
he could do
like
something
at the end when his
similar.
contract is up.
Or a team could do what LA did. You know what I mean? And go like, listen, all we're missing is the QB, and we're ready for a Super Bowl. You know, I'm just saying.
I think this is what Nathan just said is also true for Josh Allen.
For Josh Allen, right?
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
give up a lot to be
Yes.
able to
Yeah.
get him.
Oh, sure.
And it
sure.
has to be a team that's close enough that you can giving
I
up
agree with you,
a
Nathan.
first, like it's going to be either 1 or 2 first rounds for multiple years, a
Yeah.
second, a third, and some money. Unless you're
Yeah.
so close that one person could change your offense,
Change your whole thing, right?
then it's not worth it. But some team and some owner will be stupid enough that they'll probably want to offer it. Now, whether it happens or not, I don't know. Yeah, I'm 100% like the Bills losing was because of personnel.
Yeah.
The
I
upper
think so too.
management is not they're putting wide receivers together with silly string and duct tape, hoping that it works out. And then when those guys get injured, they sit there and wonder, well, now Josh has to do it all on his own because he doesn't have any wide receivers anymore. Yeah, because the last time you brought in a free agent was Emmanuel Sanders, I think it was, or what was his name? Watkins, Sammy Watkins.
Sammy Watkins, yeah. Sammy Watkins. When boy, he lit up the league. No.
Yeah. I mean,
Way to
Gabe
go,
Knox
Sanders.
is good. And a few of the other guys are good, but they're not enough to get over. I'm sorry, and every Bills fan can climb on me as far as I'm concerned, cannot get over the fact that Josh Allen threw 5 interceptions.
There you go.
And
there's that too.
Was his own fault
Sheila.
running with the ball like this.
Yeah.
So all somebody had to do was come and pop it out of the hands, and yes, we got it.
So, and again, I think that's from him trying too hard, honestly. Some of that is him trying way too hard to
and that's
will
what
this
I
team
said
to a
in the
victory.
second half. I was like, I like it when Josh gets like this because then he thinks he has to do it all on his own, and that's when he makes mistakes.
And that's when he makes mistakes, 100%.
And
100%.
so it
Hero
was,
ball. Been saying it for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, a lot of people suffer from that, but yeah, it affects him greatly because, again, he doesn't have a lot to work with. So, like you said, when he gets into that mode, he's sloppy, and that's when he turns the ball over, and that's when those things happen.
and we started shutting down James Cook. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah. He burned us for a couple of long runs, which he does to everybody. But it just – we'll talk more about it later because –
Oh, yeah. I got
crazy
you.
in this game. But, yeah, I'm beginning to also wonder if it was a little bit – I don't know how much you guys have watched on social media or on Twitter and everything. Like Sean, when he gave his post-game conference, he walked out and said we lost the game because the refs called that interception.
Yeah, no, I heard that part of it.
I'm wondering if that might have been the last straw for upper management.
Could have been.
Being like, because I mean, Josh is going out there crying and saying he lost
It's
the
his
game.
fault. Yeah, exactly.
It was his fault. At least he's taking responsibility. Sean's doing what he's done every year, and like a lot of Bills fans, it was the ref's fault.
Nope.
No, it's not the ref's fault, but I do agree that
that's what they claim every year. They don't make it. It's the ref's fault.
No,
and it's not.
My only contention with though was just only because of refs calling those same play different things for the Bears and then the Bills. So I don't care because you should never leave it up to the refs. But they got to do a better job with defining that. That's my 100%, point. Not the, you never, you never leave it up to the refs. We talk about this on here all the time. That's just bad. But I do think that New York needs to define when you're coming down with an interception and a catch, because they literally made the same thing with 2 different calls for 2 different games. That's my point, not the fact that we lost because of interceptions, but then what's an interception, what's a catch? Because it was the same.
So this is hot off the presses. I have breaking news.
I have
breaking news. I have breaking news for everyone here. Breaking this live on Let's Talk Football. Mike
Let's go.
McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, Mr. Miami Dolphins with now grows facial hair and wears goofy glasses, has become the new offensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Chargers. So there you go. He's going to work with Justin Herbert. Holy cow, what are we doing? This could be fun. Go ahead.
And Jim Harbaugh. I want to be a fly on the wall when those two are having meetings.
That's going to be fun. Like this. Now I'm actually looking forward to watching Chargers football next season for that reason, right? That's going to be hilarious. So there you go, folks.
We did all say that that's probably a better position for Mike anyways.
Oh, yeah, offensive coordinator, 100%.
We kind of said that that's kind of his bread and butter, and that might be a better place for him.
Well, he's going to have to turn around Justin Herbert. So here we go. This will be fun. There you go, folks.
Like
your new offensive coordinator.
Or Jim gets his own quarterback. We see that happen with coaches all the time, right?
That's true. Well, we'll see. We'll see what McDaniel's ideas are and what he thinks. What he suggests to Big Jim over there. What's
Besides Mendoza, is there really anybody that anyone?
I don't mean
no, because boy's going back to Oregon for another year, so he's not coming out.
Oh yeah, he definitely was like, I'm not going to the Jets.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to the Jets.
We saw that with us, right? And like that, all I'm trying to say is that a lot of coaches, right, kind of like their own personnel. And I'm not saying he's not gonna work with Herbert, the upcoming season maybe too. But then after that, I think he's gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one.
Be done.
Look at that. We'll scratch him off the board for the Ravens. Yeah, sorry, Nate, if that's what you were saying. But no, definitely scratch him off the board for that one. Mike McDaniel going to the Chargers as an OC.
Coaches out there.
There's 6 openings. There's still 6 openings. Again, real quick.
Somebody could ask for Josh McDaniels. I think you're stupid because you're going to ruin your clubhouse.
I was waiting for Tina to throw that dig in there. Here we go. Don't take that.
Part of the reason why the Raiders are as bad as they are is because of his tenure there.
We know Sean McVay needs a job now. He could just.
Nate said no. So there you go. Then
take
that out there. Job? No. Nate's just one word. No, with a period. End of sentence. No. Yeah, exactly. Well, real quickly, we know that Jar Jar Binks. John Harbaugh, that guy,
that's being used from now on. Jarbaugh 1 and Jarbaugh 2.
Yeah, that guy. Well, yeah.
Oh, that's right. John Harbaugh could go to.
He's got the Giants. So now you got John Harbaugh with Jackson Dart, Cam Scannable when he comes back before he runs into another wall and has another concussion. But Giants should be interesting to see this upcoming season
I think they do because honestly, like I talked about the Giants for a while. Like if you look at those games, I feel like you can turn that team around. You know what I mean? Like I really do.
Well, they've got the basis to turn it around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand why he took that job.
No,
I think again, all of the jobs, that was the one that I think he could turn around fastest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he made a good choice there. Because it has the pieces, like we know it. Like
he's not going to go to a complete gut job like Arizona. No. Remember, Handy, we need to remember Arizona.
No, I got you. And then we're good. Go ahead, Delilah. Finish up.
No, I'm looking forward.
That was a joke from last week.
John Harbaugh sorry. With the quarterback like Jackson Dart and all like that whole like that whole vibe.
Yeah.
And I do think the other 2 hirings were kind of interesting to me for the Dolphins and the Titans because you hired both defensive guys. The Dolphins hired Jeff Hafley, who was the Packers defensive coordinator. And obviously we know Tennessee hired Robert Saleh, who was the defensive coordinator at San Francisco. So we'll have to see what they do for offense there. I mean, their existing coordinators or if they change, like you said, new coaches like to bring in their staff and their guys. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But so it should be an interesting, again, still 6 teams, a lot of coach, Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Cardinals, Raiders, did I get all those? Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Browns, right? Browns, Cardinals. Should be interesting to see who fills those vacancies. And if anybody else gets fired before this time is up, because again, draft is in April, so you want to have all your ducks in a row going into that. So you never know. There could be more, but I think we're pretty much done with the massive firings. Yeah, I think we're done for right now. 10 was a big number.
And I don't see any of them firing anyone.
Right.
No.
Getting
hired. Maybe able to to pull
Yeah,
things.
for
So
Yeah. All right. Well, look, that'll do it for the coach talk. We are going to take a quick break. This segment definitely took on a life of its own, and I love it because, again, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to coaches. I know this is a very hot button topic, but we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk some playoff games from this past weekend. So come back with us on the other side of this.
Hey everyone, it's Tina, and welcome to the Mile High Minute.
Well, man, on the field. Oh, I thought it was the ugly. The bad.
You're the bad.
Oh, okay. Kicking game.
The ugly.
I'm talking about the ugly. And you know what's ugly? I'll tell you what's ugly. It's calls for Vance Joseph being fired. John Payne put together a solid game plan 2 weeks in a row. This is the big. But overall, I can't complain too much. We just need to be the Bills. This defense performed at an exceptional level against very good teams.
This was our third win in a row. Very happy. I'm just concerned about
All right. That, of course, was the Mile High commercial for Mile High Minute, which Tina's on Thursdays with her fellow Bronco cohorts. Again, they had a lot to be happy about this past weekend, obviously. I'm sure Tina will join us back shortly. So let us move on. We're going to the AFC divisional games that we had this weekend. We know there was 2 of them. The first one, of course, we'll talk about because we want to wait for Tina for the Broncos one. Patriots-Texans. Again, Patriots ended up winning this game 28-16. Not a true surprise, I don't think, for anybody, right? I feel like, people were like, oh, Texas defense could stay. I don't know. To me, I got to watch enough of this game to see what I needed to see, basically. And that was just that the Patriots really, really, really are firing on all cylinders in these playoffs. Yeah. Delilah, what were any impressions of this game, or did this surprise you? What did you feel about this?
Yeah, I think the thing was that even though we thought, okay, Texans have a shot, I don't think we thought it would be so skewed. But right. I find it interesting, obviously, the losses that we saw during this divisional rounds were due to interceptions, right? We know that's kind of what turned the tide. Obviously, we see that with three of the games. There, the quarterback threw a bunch of picks. I was surprised about CJ Stroud throwing so many picks. I don't think anybody thought it would be that lopsided, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we're surprised that the Patriots won. We're like, okay, maybe a dark horse will come in and win. But I don't think anybody expect the 6 to, compared to the other games that were like closer, more competitive. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people were thinking it'll be a more competitive game. But
yeah, I don't think the final score reflected just how lopsided this game kind of was.
Yeah.
Essentially, so you know what I mean?
He threw like 5 picks. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
Quattro. Yeah.
4. But like I said, I feel like that was the nail in the coffin through the teams that we're talking about this evening, right? That didn't make it past their divisional rounds. So quarterbacks threw picks.
Could be worse. Your team might not even made the playoffs.
But honestly, but about the Patriots, I think that I think they are firing all cylinders. I mean, their offense is like doing a great job. Drake May really like blossomed and became like, really, somebody that's a leader in that team. And their defense is doing their job. And so I think you're right. I think they're firing on both cylinders. And so it's kind of cool to see them here. So I don't think we're surprised that they're the ones that are going to be in the AFC conference. So,
Handy, can you do me a favor? Put up Nate's question real quick. I find this a little interesting. So Nate asked for the panel, is the criticism on CJ Stroud similar to Caleb Williams? Well, I don't know. I don't know that it's similar. I get maybe because again, I don't know so much what the criticism of CJ Stroud is outside of the turnovers in that sense. Like,
I didn't see as much.
He had a huge defense this year. So all he had to do really, and said there were some games where he did it very well, was just manage the game. Like, your defense was fantastic this year, which is the reason why the Texans came on the way they did in the second half and even made a small playoff run, was because of that. Like we all know that the defense carried them. I don't think that's a secret. So as far as the criticism, I mean, I don't know if it's similar because to me, with Caleb, and again, just going from what hearing everybody in Chicago, and maybe Delilah, Tina, you're in Chicago as well.
Watch the game.
Right. Well, no, yeah, obviously, but I mean, my biggest criticism of Caleb, and again, we all know if you want to go back 2 years and read watch everything I said about it, I was not the biggest fan of Caleb coming out of USC. I made that known. Right. If you want me to eat my shoe, whatever. But my thing is that, my biggest criticism of Caleb is that he liked to play hero ball too. And I think it went a long way with Johnson trying to get him out of that. Like you don't have to, and even we'll get into that when we talk about the Bears game. But yeah, there was some stuff you just go, that would be my biggest criticism. I mean, he made so many leaps and bounds this year that it was impressive to me, honestly. He did. Like he showed that he belonged, that he could be a great quarterback going forward for Chicago in years to come. Like he proved me wrong. Let's just be honest. I'm a big enough man to admit that. He proved me wrong. So I mean,
I'm
the
not
hero
sure
ball thing.
I don't know what the criticisms have been either too much. Like, but I'm assuming it's similar. Obviously, I guess that's why he said it, right?
Yeah.
Because they kind of did similar things on their game days.
Well,
go ahead, Tina.
I also think what I do think is similar between the two of them is now CJ's got 1 year more than Caleb, so it's not quite apples to apples.
Right.
But CJ has had a new OC every year.
Every year. Yeah.
And a new coach with him every year. Last year, he did well with Bobby Slowick. Well, he leaves to go somewhere else. He brings somebody else in. He's not doing as well. And that's also something that I think it's the discussion we've had sometimes. A lot of times they seem to want to put a round peg in a square hole.
Yes.
Or vice versa. And you just got to find the right person to be the right coach to get them in the right mindset and be able to coach well. And I think your point about Ben Johnson telling Caleb, like, you don't need to be the hero anymore.
Yeah.
Is an important point.
Yeah, you don't.
But the thing, like CJ came out of the barn, just firing on all cylinders. And then it just hasn't quite been the same.
Right.
So
and that's it. It just went, I mean, that's all you can say about that. Thank you, Nate, for chiming in, and thank you, obviously, for watching. We do appreciate the question. Again,
I do also think Nate's other point in here, I think also played in with this game, that he didn't have Nico Collins.
Right.
Dallas Schultz ends up getting injured in the game. So now you're down to your third or fourth tight end against the Patriots. That's not going to help you.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree with
Texans' offensive line is
offensive. No, but anyways.
I mean,
couldn't help it.
The trend that we're seeing in this is defenses are winning these games.
Yes.
And if you don't, depending on how porous your offensive line is, or as I would say, depending on how offensive your offensive line is.
There it is. Yes.
It can change a game. So,
for sure. No, it's good. Again, this was a game I think, some people were like, oh, Texas defense. I personally, I was rooting for the Patriots. I love what they're doing there. I like what Vrabel has done there. I like Drake May.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to say Deshaun Booty. So, I mean, just, watching that guy catch that touchdown in the corner of the like that was phenomenal. Just you can go around saying Booty.
And I'd rather see the Patriots fall off the edge of the earth and never come around again. But okay.
That's fair. But see, that's fair. You're an AFC fan, so you're a Broncos fan. So I get it.
You haven't sat there through 15 years of AFC championships.
No, you're right. I haven't seen an NFC championship game since 2007. You are correct. So that's that. 18 years, babe.
I honestly thought the Texans had a good shot. They just played like shit. Well, they played horrible.
There it is. Well,
it went wrong.
Sometimes that's what happens.
And something happened, and it went down. Because I honestly think if the team that had showed to play us earlier in the year had showed up on Sunday, Patriots would be sitting at home.
Okay,
I agree.
that's very
I agree.
that's very possible.
And I think you're right. I think we realize how huge Nico is to that offense.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you have that one guy that you really rely on and you lose him, these are sometimes the things that happen. Right? Injuries are always a part of the game. We know that.
That's going to be a theme in my game.
Yeah, I think
Nico's
that
out.
means
We're gonna lose.
but that means you gotta look for number 2, right? Someone else you can count
Yeah,
on.
but once you get past Nico and that first kind of level at the Texans, the talent kind of drops off.
That's what I'm saying. So it's something for them to
It's
think
not
of.
as, and their running back hasn't
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's something they have to think of this off season.
Yeah.
You know.
So in the off season, they gotta address those issues.
Sure.
I agree.
All right. Well, again, this game I think kind of went maybe went the way most people thought. I know some people wanted Houston to kind of pull the upset, and that's fine. But you know, I was hoping for a Bears Patriots Super Bowl on the 40th anniversary myself. So,
I know, that's what I said.
It's all good. But let's move on to our next game in the AFC, which I think this one made Tina pretty happy, but probably also gave her a mild heart attack while watching it at Almost Home on Sunday or Saturday, whenever that day. Yeah, Saturday, right? Broncos Bills went to overtime. The overtime in this one, 33-30. Tina's Broncos come out on top in a very, very hard-fought game. And like again, watching some of this, I'm like, what's you're like, Josh Allen's gonna do it again. Here we go. And no, did not happen. But I'm sorry. I just
that is driving Bills fans crazy.
Right, because I mean, let's be honest. No, let's be honest though, right? Like everything was set up.
Josh
Right?
Allen's
Like,
gonna do it. No.
Yeah, we talked about this. Right, we talked about this earlier. It's like, everything was set up for Josh Allen. Everybody said this is the year he does it. Oh my God, he's got no, Lamar Jackson's out of the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is done. Blah blah blah. Whatever. This is the year for the Bills. And I'll be honest, there was a very big level of disrespect towards Denver because of that. I felt like when you were watching throughout the week, I'm saying though, specifically though, with this game, given that, Denver was the higher seed. I'm just saying, like, the Bills didn't win their division, so they finished, they had the 6th seed. Like, but my thing is this, or the 5th seed, whatever it was. My thing, simply before I get to Tina and let her expound on her experience, I just feel like people put too much stock in that kind of stuff. Like, oh, well, Josh Allen is this, so he's going to will this team to victory. You know what I'm saying? Like in this whole thing, I just feel like I go on what I see. If the eye test, as they call it, and I'm telling you, I get the game was closer than I thought it might be, but knowing that Josh Allen had to be a hero again for Buffalo to win this game, it happened kind of the way I thought it might. Not quite the score, but I'm just saying, like, if it came down to Josh in the end, there was a good chance he wouldn't win because he hasn't in those similar situations. I get it. Yeah, it was against what doesn't matter. The fact is, he hasn't really come up big in the last few years in the playoffs. So, Tina, go ahead. You won. To the victor goes the spoils. Let's hear what you had to say about this.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was a heart attack game. It was such a heart attack game. Like, when we were up 20-10 at the half, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Okay. And then they just kept whittling down on the score because we could not stop James Cook to save our freaking life, except for the one turnover that we did get from him. Right. But yeah, overtime, craziness, just absolute craziness. And if you think that interception was not an interception because of what happened in the Bears game,
it's two different scenarios, but go ahead.
You need to listen to what the NFL is telling you, because the way it happened, they were two completely different things. So all I got to say is, remember Calvin Johnson. That's the rule.
Well, that's why we have that rule, because of that. That was the whole big thing about what a catch is. It's like, good Lord.
Like, everybody's like, but his knee was down. But he didn't have the ball. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it because they.
No, it's fine.
Bills fans are just completely salty. I literally had to, like, in my social media say, no Bills, no Buffalo. It's just, I understand they're mad. I understand that they're disappointed and all that.
Yeah, but, sure.
It's kind of funny because, and but they're all like, well, Richard Sherman said it wasn't. It's like, you know what, whatever, guys. If you hadn't had 5 turnovers in the game, I'm sorry, if you hadn't had 4 turnovers in the game before that happened, you probably would have been winning. But let's also wind it right back to the when the Bills had the ball, we had him in a safety and they were holding 2 guys. So if we'd gotten the safety, you guys wouldn't have even gotten the catch anyway. So you know
that was true too. That was part of one of the plays where they showed, when you saw the replay, the guy was clearly holding in the end zone, which is an automatic safety, and obviously they did not call that, and the game would have been over then.
And I mentioned that when we were there. I was like, I like the fact that the refs are letting them play. They did let them play.
Oh, they certainly did. I saw a few things where I was like, damn.
There's some stuff
There's
going on.
a lot of hand dancing going on out there.
Oh yeah. Until the last 3 plays with us getting 2 PIs in a row, which the one guy getting the first.
Well, Nathan,
just kind of funny because I will kind of agree with him. The first PI was a little ticky-tacky, but Joey Bosa was going to get called for a roughing the passer call.
Oh yeah.
One or the other.
That's funny.
So,
well, yeah, you're right, Nate. We don't really take Richard Sherman that seriously, do we? That's fine.
Nobody takes Richard Sherman serious except for Richard Sherman.
Because I need my brother-in-law to get his. I'm sorry. What did he just say back there?
No, I was just saying nobody takes Richard Sherman serious except for Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman, right? Because he's an actor now too, but that's a different story. Go ahead, George.
Well, whoever talk trash about me, Crabtree.
Not getting the love, not getting the respect of what we have done and all this stuff.
And you should.
And I left this to the end because I know this is what everybody's going to be asking.
Sure.
Okay. 20 minutes after the game is over, the flood of social media things start coming out that Bo Nix has broken his ankle and he's not playing in the game.
Correct.
So I find it really funny is the pundits that through this year have said Bo Nix is not that good.
Right.
Now are saying we're going to lose because Bo Nix is not in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have it both ways.
Eureka! What a statement.
Okay?
No, I agree with you. 1,000%.
Good in that game. And a lot of people, I never pointed it out, and I probably... Bo Nix had 100 to 200 yards more in passing than Josh Allen had less interceptions and had the same amount of touchdowns. So if Josh Allen is that good and you all on the East Coast can ride that bias till the day is long, then Bo is just as good. He's just younger. Well,
hard to argue with your point there.
Because he's done it in less time than Josh Allen did.
Right. No, as I said, hard to argue with your point there. So, yeah. Anybody else?
This is going to be the question is about who's coming in.
Jared Stidham.
Yep.
We all know Jared. Jared's familiar to a few people, right?
Yeah.
What? Jared Stidham, the backup for.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all familiar with Jared.
Like what?
What's going on?
He's a backup quarterback. He's there every day in the room with Bo.
He knows the offense.
Going through the plays. His whole point in being the backup quarterback is to be able to step in at any time if the quarterback needs it is out. So he knows the first teamers. He knows how to run the plays. He knows what Sean wants. And let's also put it to you this way: he was pissed earlier this year when he lost the quarterback competition, which there wasn't really a competition with it.
No,
I mean, it was going to take Bo falling on his face to
which is exactly what happened. Essentially,
right.
Well, Sean is saying there's a reason why he's a backup. To be honest, based on Stiddy's performance in the preseason, he actually made that a competition. The only reason I think he lost out is because Bo was our number one pick and a rookie. So, it was pretty close.
Right, because
I say
the same
next
thing in
man
Chicago,
up.
right? people said
And
Tyson
there's a lot-
Bagent looked good and all this stuff, and it's like, but there was no way Caleb was going to get beat out by Tyson Bagent. As much as I like Tyson
course
Bagent when
not.
he's in there,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. He's the number one
No.
overall pick. Like, how are
Yeah.
you gonna, you know? I mean, I get it, Sean. Preseason, Tina, he's with the question mark. Like, I know, but I'm just saying.
But he
They
was
said it was a
playing number one
competition, right? Like,
defense.
right.
Like people are like he hasn't had it. He was playing number one defensive lines when he was in the game. So I mean, is it a long time ago, Sean? Yeah, I'm not always there. But here's the thing: Stidham wants to be a starting quarterback somewhere. This is his chance to prove it.
This is his shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. Yeah.
If he does well in this game, especially if we do win and end up in the
Yeah,
Super
can you
Bowl,
imagine that, right?
he is gonna get some phone calls because there's
I mean,
a lot of
especially
teams
with
out
points.
there that want to give a chance to somebody. So, yeah.
I think the Raiders
mean-
need a quarterback. No.
And everybody's so focused on Bo and him not being in the game, they forget that it was a bleeping defense that won that game. Like our defense is really, really good.
It is.
And
It is.
that the Patriots have played a defense like ours. Because the Texans didn't show up.
No, it's true.
So I
That's
mean,
all right.
I think this is gonna be a barn burner again. So
It could be. That could be fun to watch. So I mean, that's totally fun there. Handy, any comments on this?
He ain't Nick Foles.
I know he doesn't. I'm just,
Sean, I'm gonna find you.
oh. Yeah, that's it. Hey man, watch out, Sean. Tina's coming for you. You got.
Well, I think a lot of the reservation
Sean.
behind Stidham. I watched both of these guys play at Auburn. Bo, of course, at Auburn before he transferred to Oregon, got under a coaching staff that knew what to do, that knew how to play to his strengths and do their best to minimize his weaknesses.
Right.
Auburn is just right now not a good program to be a quarterback at this point. There was a time when there was a guy that came out of Auburn. He now has a podcast in long dreads and wears the Dudley Do-Right hat on his podcast.
And is still lobbying for a job in the NFL. Yes, we all know who you're talking
right.
about.
But I mean, Cam Newton. But it's been a rough go for. It's been who believes that eclectic is a word, not eclectic.
Right.
I know. I see his podcast pop up and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Oh no! This was somebody asked him to come up with a synonym for weird, and he came and he said, "I got one, eclectic." She's like, "What? Eclectic? You mean eclectic? No, eclectic." She said, "Spell it." He said, "N-C." He proceeds to start with an N.
Hey, Muhammad, spell conspiracy. C-O-N.
Conspiracy. That's how you do it. Man. Anyway. Oh my God, this went off the rails very quickly.
That's what it always is. This is fantastic. What are we talking about here?
My point here.
Every week it goes off the rails.
My point here is that Auburn, as of the last I want to say about 7-10 years, has not been a great place for quarterbacks to go if they expect to have any type of development going into the league. So I can understand the trepidation behind them because, Bo Nix went someplace else and got better. And they said, "We like that guy. We like that guy."
Right.
And then they said, and then they looked over and saw Jared standing there. And it's like, well, come on, it won't hurt. He won't actually have to play.
So what people don't realize is Sean Payton actually traded for Stidham. He traded for him to bring him over to the team. And that was before Nix was drafted. So Sean saw something.
I did call him Happy Feet because he was at where was he when I called him Happy Feet? At Auburn. Under a coach that sucked. With no offensive line. He'd hike it seriously. When he would hike the ball, he'd get one step back and look, and there was like alfalfa reciting the Charge of the Light Brigade. Cannons to the left of me, cannons to the right of me. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh man, there you go.
Oh, man.
Please
I
continue.
love it. All right, no, this is. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm dying over here slowly. This is great, but no, again, we can do a predictions after we finish this up about what might happen this weekend. But let's move on to the NFC divisional round games. Let's get into that really quickly because the first game,
Do we even need
Seattle
to
and
talk
San
about
Francisco.
it?
Right. Well, no, again, you can just put it up there, Handy. This will be real quick, right? This one we don't have to get into. I mean, literally. After Shaheed scored the touchdown on the first running it back, that's all the offense that Seattle needed for the rest of the game to win this game. So I mean,
I called it. I said, listen, I
Did you?
know. Yes, I said Seattle's going to win because here's why. Yes, Kyle Shanahan is probably one of the best coaches we've seen about next man up, right? But
sure.
When you're playing this defense that reminded me of the defense that won the Super Bowl, right? That's the defense. People forget, like, they registered a small earthquake. You guys saw that, right? Like because I don't think people realize like why that stadium gets that name, right? The 13th man or whatever. Like I don't think people understand.
It's loud as hell.
Still not as loud as Denver.
No.
And so well
they claim it is,
but
I can hear that. That incomplete chant was rocking.
There was just no way. There was just no way. And then Kittle was out, right? Season, so they lost.
49ers were just
depleted. They were just depleted.
There's just no way.
They were down to CMC, and that's it.
That's what I'm saying, right? And so, again, much respect to Kyle, but again, there was just no way his team could have beaten Seattle's defense. There's just
I didn't think that either. Yeah,
and so I didn't think it would be 41-6, though. I'll be honest, but
probably didn't break that.
But I did choose Seahawks to win. There was just no way, and that was again no hate on the Niners. Like we've seen Kyle Shanahan pull all crazy stuff, but it was just because not this team, right?
No. Yeah, this wasn't a situation where
Couldn't they have just worked out a deal though? Couldn't they the coaches worked out a handshake deal where they had the 49ers just do a John Cena type tap out late in the third quarter?
Right. Yeah. So.
Of course, that's not how football.
He said, "Of course, that's not. Yeah, that's not how that works." But I like your style, Handy. I like that. That would be great.
I think the Seahawks. I feel like I don't think many people chose 40. I'm sure there were a few, but I feel like the majority of people chose Seattle to get the W on this. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's just move on because there's no need to talk about whatever. We all saw. I mean, seriously, like what is there to say about this game? There's nothing. So, of course, this last game we're going to talk about, of course, was very near and dear to my heart. And just for and again, understand, I'm not fully complaining. This is a half-hearted joke, but let me tell you something. I froze my tootsies off working this game Sunday at Soldier Field, okay? Aww. Goodness Lord. I mean, again, I've been in the cold before, and I've had I've been in inclement weather. But, man, trying to walk around, and of course, my boss had to put me in a spot that was kind of outside of the stadium. I'm in the Northwest Plaza where it's like open air, and it started snowing when the game started. So I'm trying to walk like a turtle because it's slick. I'm getting snowed on. I'm already cold because I've been out there for 6 hours. But anyways, the Bears and the Rams on Sunday at Soldier Field, prime time, right? 5:30. Give the game. Okay, Delilah. You watched the game. You got to watch it fully. I only got to watch parts. I went back and tried to get highlights. I tried to piece together the game from just go ahead. Start with your perspective. What did you see? What did you like? All that good stuff.
So, one, we kept the Rams to 20 points, and I don't think people are talking about that enough.
Right. That's my thing. So my biggest thing, was that the defense showed up. Kyler Gordon and Brisker had a fantastic game. Yeah, they had a fantastic game. So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Yes, just wanted to say that.
I feel like that's important to remember.
Yes.
As we're talking about this loss, which heartbreaker for many reasons, but again, we kept them to 20 points. Yeah. And so the other thing I wanted to say, this is again why when people start talking about the weather, I hate mentioning weather because that doesn't exist in this day and age anymore. Right. I mean, maybe back, 20, 30 years ago, but like that whole cold weather. Yeah, no, it matters like how your team works as how you work as a team. how to work on your plays. I also reminded people that Matthew Stafford played in Detroit. I know people forgot for like a million years. And
Wow.
so
They
he
played
still
indoors,
has-
but yeah, I got you.
It doesn't matter. He still
No, I
cares
know.
Soldier Field because he faced us.
No, he
twice
faced
a
all
year.
the NFC teams, right? He went to Green Bay. He went here, right?
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
my point is, yeah, he
I hear you.
knows exactly what
Yeah.
he was walking into.
Oh, sure.
Because he played NFC North teams twice a year for what, 10 years, 12
And
years,
he wore a
whatever.
scuba suit, so he was protected.
And so, you know what I'm saying? And so that whole idea of like, oh, there weren't, I hated that. And that's why I did not prescribe to that for this game. And I did pick, as much as it hurt my heart, I did pick the Rams to win.
Yeah.
And it was for this reason, because we didn't play them at all. I think people forget, like, not once did we play the Rams this season, right? Because the schedule is a little different. So we don't know their offense. We don't know their defense. We can watch all the highlights you want, but it's not a team we're familiar with. And NFC West team that we did play, the 49ers, beat us. And so I was like, and so I really was not, I was hoping that we could get the win, but I did feel like it would come down to something like this, to OT again, just like with the 49. You know what I mean? I felt it like, oh, it's going to be history again, because our coach, as much that Ben Johnson's turned, I'm never going to say Ben Johnson has not turned the team around, because that would be ridiculous. He makes them feel good.
No, he has.
We have our new tagline, right?
Good, better, best. Never let it rest.
So it's fine. Like, I'm down for all of that. But he really needs to get over his fourth down stuff that he got from Dan Campbell.
Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, he's killing me with that. He's killing me with that.
Like, it's like, stop it.
Killing me, Small. Killing me.
4th to 38. Go for it.
Go for it. Right. Let's do this. All right. Caleb can throw it. Let's go.
And he can. And
I know, but yeah.
And I also agree with Sean. So the interceptions will always go to the quarterback, because that's just how it goes. But his players were not where they were supposed to be. Okay. And I watched the game. DJ
I know.
oh my God. It's like he skipped to the damn end zone.
Can I say something about that? No. Can I say something about that? And again, understand that I went back because I didn't have the luxury of watching it live. So I wasn't watching the game at that point. But I saw some highlights, right? No, but you see clips and you see stuff. There's a possibility. I get Sean put DJ needs to be reprimanded. That's fine. That's a lot of people's opinion. But I'm going to offer a slightly different one. Because apparently, and again, I don't just go and watching clips. He was definitely kind of in concussion protocol for a couple of things that happened before that. I'm not saying that's what happened there, but my point is Caleb also what was tried to me, this was an example. Again, just one, and I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying Caleb's the reason we lost, but he was trying to be a hero. You had two guys underneath. All we needed was a first down to keep that drive alive. He went for the big play. Now, I understand that maybe DJ didn't quite get to where, but let me ask you this. Seeing where the pass was thrown and where it ended up, there's a very big possibility DJ wouldn't have got there anyways from the way the route was going. He threw way to the right, and I'm just saying, if you look, when you go back and look at it, Manungai's underneath who easily would have got the first down if Caleb throws it to him, and there was another receiver off to the left that they were giving us that middle. They literally were giving us that. All we needed to do was get the first down, keep the drive alive, and get more into field goal range, and I get it. That's part of the maturity, right? That's part of growing, getting better. This is the kind of stuff that happens. So I'm not criticizing Caleb and being like, oh, you suck, you blew the game for us. No, you're big reason why we were there in the first place. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying everybody wants to jump. Again. Everybody wants to jump on DJ Moore and say he did this, he didn't play, he quit on the play.
He's not.
But no, I'm just saying, like, but that's been the big thing, right? And then for whatever reason, he didn't go to the press conference, all that stuff.
He never gets the full. No, I would never blame him fully, and I don't know.
But he's been one of our better receivers. Rope took the year off. It seemed like with the injury and everything.
Because he was
Rope had a down year.
It's like the double doink again, right? Yeah. We know we can't leave it up to we know that because it was not his fault. We shouldn't leave it up to field goals, right? The double doink.
And again, but the first play of the game, to me, this is my biggest thing too. This is not the regular season. This is a playoff game. You're not guaranteed any effing points ever. You kicked that field goal to start the
I
game
agree
instead of
with
going
you.
for it on 4th and
Yes.
4. Like, what are you doing?
Again,
I understand.
right,
And then here's my other thing. I'm sorry. I want to say this. No, I do. You gambled the entire effing game. You're Mr. Fourth in this. We're going for it.
I said that.
Why don't you go for 2 at the end of the game then, Mr. I want to gamble? You could have won that game. You had the momentum. You had the crowd going.
Right.
Fine. You take the overtime. And this is what I'm just saying. Like, where was the consistency of like, we're going for it here? You went for it every other time. You gambled every other time. You took points off the board. You did all that. And you scored that touchdown late. There's what, 22, not even 17, 18 seconds up, whatever it was. Why didn't you go for 2, Mr. Gamble? I'm just asking.
Like I said, we should have kicked the field goals just like we did the previous game, which is how we won. That's how we beat Green Bay. We beat Green Bay because we kicked 3 field goals and then had our comeback later. And so I don't know why he didn't follow up with that same play. This is what I don't. So again, I don't want to blame Caleb for everything, and he's going to take the licks as the quarterback. 100%. It's just how that goes. Because I don't know if he's in the position now as a second year to switch up your coach's play. Because as far as I understand,
he's not going to do that. Not yet. Right.
Like,
probably not yet.
As far as I understand, you guys, especially following college, my understanding, you can't just change a play like on the whim. Like that's something that takes time, right? You actually have to be like not taught, but like you know what I mean? Like you have to be awareness or whatever it's called to do that and to go like, okay, my coach called this play. I'm gonna do something else.
Right.
But Caleb will be going into his 3rd year. He's the Iceman for a reason.
Yeah.
He
did also have 3 interceptions in this game, so let's not forget that either.
Said. But that's
I know that's
what I said. And he owned those interceptions, just like Tina was saying. Like he owned those interceptions, And so it's a heartbreaker because we honestly didn't even expect to even make it this far. No one picked the Bears.
That's true. No one did. We didn't either. It's fine.
And so, but I think that again, like Anthony was saying, like you don't have to. What Dan Campbell used to go, which is he he still did it right with the Detroit this season. He was also always going like 4th and 20, whatever. Like, and so I feel like that comes down to him being first-year head coach, like feeling things out. Let's see what happens next season and how he maybe adjusts like some of those play calls. And we'll see how Caleb does. Like you're right. I'm like doing a better job of reading the field. Can he make that adjustment, versus what his head coach or the OC or whoever's making those play calls at the time is calling for him? Is he able to make that adjustment and go, hey, this guy's open now. So maybe even though it was DJ Moore, maybe I do, pass it to Kyle Monangai. Yeah. Right. So I think it's just learning from it. And again, I feel like for the first time in 2007, we can actually look forward to a new season.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great in Chicago for a few years to come.
Usually when we say next season is more like, better luck next season. Like
better luck next year.
But I actually think we do have something to look forward to. And Nick, I never seen you get so loud.
Sorry, because I just, again, I just, No, I know. I did not mean to yell at you. It wasn't directed at you. It was just, like, because I mean, it's like I said, you go for it the entire game. Yeah. It just, and again, because everybody wants to go with analytics, right? Everything is analytical now, and you got to go with the.
It is.
So what? I think analytics would have said you go for 2 there. You're at home. You go for the win. You got the crowd. You got the momentum. Why don't you? You gambled the rest of the game. Why stop now? I'm just saying. That's
right.
All. I know. But we've been on here a long time now, so we're going to take one more break and come back with our last segment. I hope you're still with us. Thank you all to have commented. Nate, Ben, Sean, thank you guys. We do appreciate it. We'll be back on the other side of this break. right, that of course was a commercial for the Roundtable movie podcast that we dabbled in over the last after last season. Again, if you guys hear us before the show goes on, we talk about just about everything and anything. So I think the four of us do like talking with each other and doing different things. So the movie podcast kind of was born out of that. So there could be more in the future. We'll let you know. Again, football season is almost done. You never know what can happen. But I'm gonna change up the last segment just a little bit because I feel like I would like to get our predictions in for this weekend. So for our one last question this week, I'm gonna ask everyone your predictions for this weekend. So Mr. Handy, we will start with you. First, we'll start Patriots Broncos, my friend. Who do you got? What are you picking? What do you say?
As much as I would like to celebrate the success that the resurgence of success that they're having in New England, there is a big, huge part of me that there's 25 reasons specifically why I cannot ever let myself root for the Patriots to see another Super Bowl.
Right, for sure.
And sometimes I find myself changing the channel, depending on who's doing the sports casting, because I can't stand the guy that's doing the sports casting. But I digress. I'm going with the Broncos on this one, and this one is a pick. This is a pick strictly based out of hatred for the Patriots. I do think that the Broncos have the talent to pull this off. I think they're going to have to really whip Stidham into shape. And some people say, but they're playing with the backup quarterback. I think they'll be just fine. But I want the Patriots to feel. I want them to feel something, and none of it is good. And that's where I'm going to stop that game.
Fair enough. How about 49ers and Seahawks?
The only thing that I hate about this game is that it's not going to be played at Mile High Stadium, and I won't get to hear the incomplete chant during the game.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's in Denver.
Denver was number 1, and Patriots were number 2.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
You know what? Here I go with the thing. Here I go with the thing again, and it's got the Broncos on top and the Patriots on the bottom.
Right? Yeah, no, it's Broncos home game. Broncos home game. So you'll hear incomplete chat, I'm sure.
You'll see the camera shake.
Right. The camera. And 49ers Seahawks.
28-3 is stuck in my brain. It will not go away. It will not go away. That's why I want a good coach in Atlanta so that we can play and we can get good and we can go back. And the Patriots, I'm jumping in the DeLorean and we're fast forwarding and we're getting Belichick from Duke and he's going to go back and he's going to coach. And we are going to beat them. We're going to spot them 25 points and then we're going to beat them like this. And only then, my friends, can I say that my life is complete as a football fan because my favorite pro team and my favorite college teams have both won a championship. And I'm done ranting.
That's okay. 49ers Seahawks.
Tom Brady could die in a fire.
Okay.
I mean, sorry. I was supposed to take my medicine before the show came on. My bad.
Not that I have a wish for that.
No, right. Do you have anything? You gonna 49ers Seahawks? Who do you got?
Andy?
Oh, me? Oh, it's still on me?
Yeah, which is one more game, boss. I just want to get your thoughts.
I thought we was taking. Never mind. 49ers Seahawks. 49ers Rams Seahawks. Lord Jesus.
Oh, sorry, Rams Seahawks. I did say that. Sorry, Rams Seahawks. My bad.
Rams,
I said it.
I'm looking at it and I repeated exactly what you
said. They're all West
and
teams in my book. Sorry, yes, Rams Seahawks.
Oh boy, the Rams and the Seahawks.
I know, I quit.
As good as the Seahawks are, I still want to see. I want to see my boy Matt Stafford get himself another Super Bowl ring. I have no idea why.
Boy.
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Boy.
And his backup is a Georgia boy, so I want to see both of them put the rings on. So that's where I'm looking. I think the Rams. I'm picking the Rams over the Seahawks as much as I know that the Seahawks are just on it right now. The Rams have a way of finding a way to win, and that is something that you can't count out ever.
Okay, no, that's fair. Delilah, how about you? Broncos. Excuse me. Oh, I can't even talk right now. I'm all choked up. Handy got me verklempt. No, but sorry. I'm so sorry. First game, the Broncos Patriots. Thank you, Broncos Patriots. Who do you got?
I think it's gonna come down to defense. And, defense, Denver Patriots, and so
There's a reason why the game is only -5
yeah.
as far as the
So
books are concerned.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. So I feel like I don't think it's gonna be a blowout like what happened with Bills in Denver. I just think their
Yeah.
defense is good on both sides, and so I don't think it'll be a high scoring game like that into the 30s. I'm gonna go Patriots by a field goal. Not because
Okay.
I don't trust Denver, because I've never complained about your team the whole season. You know that I'm not one of
No.
those people.
But I don't have a problem with you picking the Pats either, because I mean, there's reasons on both sides. So.
Yeah, there really is. And then, all right, so 40, I was at 49ers again. Seahawks, Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this. If they were going to play, I feel like similar to what we're talking about the Patriots. I think that the Seahawks are just playing on all cylinders, and I know the Rams have a good defense. Obviously, they kept the Bears to 17, but Seattle's defense is better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
No,
I think that
I agree.
I think they're going to do a better job of stopping Matthew Stafford. And I do believe, first of all, I want to say that Matthew Stafford deserves more credit than what he gets. Again,
Sure.
He's another quarterback that people just overlook because all the years he spent in Detroit, and then and so I feel like he deserves way more kudos for his gameplay that he doesn't get. And so again, and then Puka, they're gonna have to shut down Puka, which Seattle can. You know what I'm saying? I think Seattle can do that. They're gonna have a good play. They're gonna have a good game plan.
Do the hula?
Yeah, they're gonna have a good.
I thought you were
they're
going
gonna.
to dance.
I think they're gonna have a game plan. Again for. And similar to the Patriots and Denver. I think that again. I don't think we're gonna see like high scores either. Again, I just don't feel these teams are gonna go into the 30s either.
Okay.
Because both defenses are strong.
Yes.
And so now Matty might take more risks because he is a little bit of a gunslinger. So we'll
Sure.
see how that goes. Darnold is not. Darnold is more of a game manager quarterback, which again, that's how Seattle won their Super Bowl last time. And so that's all I'm saying. I feel like this team reminds me of that Super Bowl team. That's all it is. It really does. It really does remind me of that team that won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, as long as Seattle doesn't throw on the 2-yard line again, they'll be fine.
So, but their defense is gonna be all over everybody. But anyway, so I'm gonna go Seattle.
All right.
Also by a field goal.
No problem. Tina, big game for you in the first one, obviously. Broncos, Patriots. Let me hear your thoughts.
Of course, I'm going to say Broncos. I mean, I do think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be decided by a field goal. If they get Mims more involved in the game, he's our playmaker. He's somebody that just sparks us for some reason. So we'll see what happens with him. And if penalties become an issue, then that can change the game.
Oh, for sure.
As much as everybody wants to talk about like refs don't change games, the fact of the matter is Bears were number 1 and Broncos were number 2 in most penalized teams in the NFL this year.
Yes.
And we still managed to win games.
No, and again, we won 11 ourselves, so I'm with you. All right, like we managed to do that too.
Like number 7 comebacks, it tied for number 1 in the NFL for number 7 comebacks in the fourth quarter. We with the Bills were tied at number 2 with 5.
With 5,
so,
okay, there you go.
A lot of fourth quarter comebacks being involved.
For sure.
So I have to go for the Broncos. I mean, that's just fine. The way that it is. So
not a problem. I'm not mad at that at all. And so any thoughts then on Seattle and the Rams? What do you think?
I want the Rams for a number of reasons. One, they call me Puka for a reason. Yeah. 2, I like Matthew Stafford. Sure. But the biggest reason is I don't want to play the freaking Seattle again because the last time, the time before the last Super Bowl, we all know what happened with Seattle.
Yes, we do. But go ahead.
I do not want to repeat that. Which
Sure.
that game, it was crazy what happened. The number one offense.
That's, yeah.
So, but Seattle is a bit of a juggernaut, and I was looking to see. Hold on,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't remember what the score was for this. It was okay. Like the NFC West is just phenomenal. So
Yeah.
Hort wants the Rams. I have
Sure.
a feeling though that Seattle's going to win
Fair enough. Fair enough.
just because of the
Um,
defense.
No, for sure. Me personally, my picks. I mean, yeah. To me, Broncos Patriots is probably. I hope, in my opinion, I hope this goes down as a classic. I really do.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
to me, it's the story. Again, I know
think
it's the
you
story of
literally
now.
throw the dice in the air.
No, you
That's-
can, and that's why I say.
Yeah.
But here's my biggest thing, and I'm not. This is not to put Jared Stidham down, but you know how it is when sharks smell blood in the water. I just have a feeling they're going to throw everything they have at Jared Stidham, knowing that, you know what I'm saying. I know, again, you can argue that all the semantics of it, and he's a backup quarterback, but that's not my thing. My thing is just, but because of that, I feel like they're really going to dial it up and pressure this kid as much as they can to see what he has.
Vrabel, right? Like
because I mean, just to see what, right, to see what how Jared responds to that pressure and what he does and that sort of thing. That's the reason I give the edge to the Patriots in this game. Now, I also heard, Tina, you could maybe a little bit more. I heard that the practice window was actually open for J.K. Dobbins and that it's possible he plays in this game. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. That could be another factor where Denver adds another element back to the running game. Like, again, I know Dobbins, the time he went out was it hurt you guys a little bit because he was actually playing fairly well to my, from what I understand.
He was our big boy runner. He was the pounded out up the middle kind of guy. And Harvey can do it. It's just he's turning into more, I think, a pass catching runner.
So he's DeAndre Swift is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
In that regard, because that's always been my thing with DeAndre. He's more of a pass catching.
I mean, the kid is balled out. There's a catch he made,
absolutely,
and he avoided the tackle and he kept running. So, I mean, but yes,
no, I'm with you.
JK is supposed to be coming back.
Okay, cool. No, I mean, I think this. I really hope this is a classic because I think this has the means to be a really great game. I am going to take the Patriots by a very close score, probably 3-4 points. But again, it'll be a great game to watch, and hopefully Tina will be smiling next week when we come back on. We'll see. And again, as far as Rams Seahawks, as much as I like Matt Stafford, and as much as I actually got to see the Rams play live this year, which was kind of fun for me. I don't want to bet against Seattle, and I haven't wanted to the last few weeks. I just feel like their defense really is just too much, and I just feel like they're just playing. Again, Darnold plays good. It seems like when he has to. He's made a lot of mistakes, and people will criticize Sam for this and that and whatever. Fine,
they always will.
Right, but again, like you said, all he's got to do for the most part is manage this game, limit the turnovers. You know what I mean? Make the plays when you need to. Your defense is going to carry you a lot. And again, you're pressuring a guy who had back surgery last year. I get that, he's played well this year. I'm not saying, obviously, you guys had an MVP year. He threw 45 touchdowns. So obviously his back is fine. No, I'm saying, I get that. But I'm saying this is an older gentleman. He's at 37, 38. How old is Matt now? But my point is, if you pressure him enough, you can get to him. And like you said, Matt's a gunslinger. So it's kind of the theory of the same thing. You put enough pressure on him, he's going to start flinging the ball all over the place.
Yeah. And
you could have the turnover thing. Again, I just feel like Seattle is just a little too much for them right now. I am going to take the Seahawks. Again, it'll be a close game, I would think, but I'll say 7 points. I'll say a touchdown. But anyways, again, so I think, a lot of us, I love playoff football. I think this is all, we all can all agree these are going to be great games this weekend. We're all going to be watching. We know where Tina will be. And so I look forward to some video or some pictures or whatever you got going on. That would be great. I will not really get a chance to watch so much of the games. I do have to work this weekend. The United Center is always busy on weekends, so I will be at work. But I will do my best to get as much as I can information-wise from all of these games. And again, I hope you guys will all enjoy Yeah, that pretty much does it for our show this week. Thank you all for tuning in and commenting. Sean, Ben, Nathan, anybody else who might have been watching out there, never be afraid to comment because we talk about everybody anyway. It's not a big deal. So don't be afraid. Come to the dark side. Come to the dark side. No, but again, I'm glad we could all be here this week.
For almost 56 years.
Take it easy, pal. Take it easy. Just because you're a little darker than the rest of us, my friend, does not mean anything.
Little. Have you taken a good look at a color spectrum chart lately, sir?
Man, I've been wearing glasses since 7. I'm blind, bro. I should be declared legally blind. Leave me alone. I can't see nothing.
I'm just saying, if I hit the lights right now, the only thing you'll be able to see in this camera is my shirt.
All righty then. Here we end on that note. For Anthony, I'm really dark handy. Delilah Crespo and Tito Winter. I'm Nick Rosario. Till next week. Enjoy the rest of your week and playoff football this weekend. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a great one.